Hi everyone, hope you all are doing well. My name is Sonam and I have qualified UGC NET in the subject management. So today we are going to discuss a very important topic which is McKinsey's 7S framework. So basically it was given in the early 1980s by two business consultants of the McKinsey group named Robert H. Waterman and Tom Peters. It basically focuses on achieving organizational goals and thereby a competitive advantage. Now let us understand its meaning. We have to focus on seven elements, hard and soft elements, which are supposed to be aligned in a way so that all our organizational goals are achieved. So, what are these hard and soft elements? Now, let us understand them in detail. Hard elements are basically those elements which are easy to identify and therefore can be easily changed to achieve our goals. The first one being is strategy. When we talk about strategy, it is basically an action plan to gain competitive advantage. Always remember, strategies are formed to gain a competitive edge over our competitors. So, we all have heard about Mr. Michael Porter. He is basically strategic management guru in management subject. So he basically gave generic strategies which are there to achieve our goals, organizational goals, and also give us competitive advantage. So basically, we can either reduce the cost so much that our competitors are not able to sell at that cost, or we can differentiate the products from other products. So this is how strategy works, and strategy is basically an action plan to gain competitive advantage. Now coming on to systems. Systems are basically the process in which the work is done in an organization. An organization, in order to complete any work, goes through a certain process. For example, when we enter our office, we have to punch our attendance and many other things which are required to be done at the time of entering the office. So, this is a process, this is a system. So, an organization should always see that less time is wasted and it becomes convenient for the employees at the same time to punch in their attendance and follow the process easily. So, this should be the focus, and this element systems is also easy to change. It is something which can be easily identified. Now coming on to structure. When we talk about structure, it is basically the hierarchy. We all know that there are reporting relationships in an organization. My boss reports to some of his senior person, right? Then that person reports to some. So it should be something, the hierarchy should be something which is easy to, easy to report. I mean, you can easily approach your senior. There should be an open door policy, right? So basically, structure is all about the reporting relationships, and they This feature can also be easily identified and switched according to organization's purpose or goal. Right? Then coming on to these soft elements. Now, what are soft elements? See, an organization has staff, it has various leaders who are motivating, directing, right? There is a shared culture, people have variety of skills. So these are something which are very difficult to identify and therefore change. So first one is style. See, a leader has certain style. He will be either authoritative, right, or will be friendly, right, benevolent. Everyone has his or her own style, and it is upon him or her to change that style. So these are the elements which an organization should work on to achieve organizational goals, but it is quite difficult to change it because the person who is following this style has to himself first change the same, right? Then comes the staff. Now staff is the employees who are working in the organization. They also have their own attitudes, perceptions, right? The personality. So when we study OB na, organizational behavior, so therein we talk about all these things, personality, motivation. So we work on these things. We have certain theories by very renowned psychiatrists and all. They what have they done? They have done research on this whole, and thereby these theories were developed so that they can be implemented in an organization, and then organizational behavior becomes better. So that's why this subject organizational behavior came into the picture. We will be discussing various important topics of OB as well in our coming videos. So you've got the point. Staff is are the employees, and they have various attitudes, personality, etc. And that is also very difficult to change, right? That is also very difficult to change, but it is very important to align this element also because it plays a very important role for the organization to achieve competitive advantage, right? Then comes is the skills. Skills are all those abilities that an employee has to get the job done. It can be any skill, communication skills, presentation skill, right? Then it can be his demonstration skills, right? So these are all the skills, and they are also very difficult to change because they are very much in an individual. That individual has to work on his own to just change them or make them better, right? Shared values. See, an organization has people from various cultures, right? And it will be not uh, wrong to deny that they same cultures people are often alike, and they share certain common values. So these common values are also very difficult to change because it is very much in that group, or that on in that on in those individuals, that they have to change all these, then only it will be possible, right? Now coming on to the objective or usage of this model. See, we have understood that what are we doing in this model? We are just aligning the 7 elements so that to achieve the organizational goal, right, to gain competitive advantage. So what will this result in? Augmenting, that is increasing the performance of the organization, right? The organization's performance or its efficiency will increase. It will be able to achieve its goal on time and without much wastage of the resources, right? and thereby its market share will also increase. Now, improve the skills, attitudes, behavior of the employees. We just discussed about the soft elements. It is basically the OB, organizational behavior, which comes to the picture at this time, because we have to implement certain theories of OB to achieve all these things, right? The soft elements. Now, competitive advantage. We are saying that we are using this model because we have to gain competitive advantage. We have to be in the race for a longer time to achieve organizational goals, right? Now creates a brand image. Yes, who does not want a good brand image? Everyone wants a good brand image, right? So an organization always sees that it is liked by people. Peop Customers are loyal to it, to the brand, right? So this aligning these seven elements will certainly help us in achieving our organizational goal. Now coming on to the conclusion, what did we infer from this? That the elements are the backbone of the organization. These elements are the backbone of the organization, and we have to align or use them in a proper manner so that we can achieve all our organizational goals and become a good brand. We have goodwill, right? So this was all about this lecture for today.